And so before we get to the revelation of our unwinding, our undoing, because literally we would be using 95% of our brains that the experts tell us we're not using. We would be using them if we were literally receiving the energy flow from the Divine Spirit through the mathematical musical matrix that creates this chair, this floor, all of the physical reality. So, Michael, take us one step at a time. Let's see if we can figure out how to share this without losing anyone listening. Okay. So, go ahead.
Essentially, what we first began doing is we began looking at how each note correlates to retuning or doing a master tune on the software synthesis or the software-based synthesizer.
And this is the state of the art currently in of musical technology.
Yeah, people all across the world are using these advanced technologies, and they're amazing because of the abilities that they have to communicate with us in a new way.
That's right, and because of the advancements in technologies, we now with Live H2O have the capacity to do something that no one has ever conceived.
Absolutely.
Absolutely historical in the implications, the applications of the divine frequency vibrations that have the capacity, the power to set humanity free, because it's the source's power, it's the Creator's power that we're, by the grace of the Creator, have now had revealed to us, because humanity literally needs it urgently.
And they're ready.
And people are ready.
People are ready. People want to expand. People want to grow. People want to connect with themselves on a higher level. It's the opening. It's the leap of faith. It's the opening of the heart chakra. It's the moving into yourself, your inspiration, your power, your personal power, and letting go of that which no longer serves you.
Okay, and we are music. We are the music. In essence, the best definition, given everything that we know, is that music and mathematics play an essential role not just in manifesting you right here, right now, but our entire universe. And the way the universe is spinning, so is your DNA, for the same reasons. So this is the music that explains how the physical universe takes form. And if you want to recreate yourself, and you want to recreate this planet, you better turn to the music, which in the religious world was called the Word. Word is sound. Sound is electromagnetic frequencies. That's simply math. The Creator's language is math, and this is the Creator's mathematics and music that shall set humanity free. Michael, go ahead. Share some more.
So additionally, what we did was we looked at 528 and we came in at C. And again, this chart is going to be online in various forms, so you'll be able to check it out individually if you would like to read more about it. So we did C, D, E, F, G, A, B, G sharp, and F sharp. The beginning, first doing this, we just thought it was really great to be able to do a master tune or create our own scale on these pieces of gear. What was really interesting is that the only number that matched the 440 scale, or the old scale, or the old way of creating music.
Let me just add something to that. Folks, when you turn on the radio, what you're getting most of the time, virtually all the time, is A440. It really is out of balance, except for it integrates with one note in the 9-note perfect circle of sound. It creates an imbalance, but Michael's going to explain to you how the discovery of the So note, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, solve pollute in Latin, solve the pollution or solve the problem, how that was taken, and when that was used first, undermined literally the way that the balance, the way that the structure of not just the human being is made, but also how the universe is made. The 417 is the Re note. That's the resonance note of the universe. The 741 note is the So note, which is for solve pollute in Latin, solve the pollution or solve the problem in English. And there's a very interesting correlation that you discovered of 528 compared to 741, which literally fits into what's known in musicology as the devil's triad. In other words, Michael, I'm just going to share what you've discovered, and then I want you to explain it a little bit more.
Right, okay.
What Michael's discovered is that what is traditionally called the 741 portion of the devil's tone, or what's called the devil interval, between love, which is 528, and 741, which is the original A440, is in dissonance. In other words, the heart has been undermined in its expression because of the frequency vibration has been missing in our music because of the man-made tuning to A440 instead of what Michael is talking about, starting your scale with C, starting your scale with love in this case. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, so essentially the easiest way to throw off or maybe create a dissonance in the physical self would be to start backwards from something that is impure in itself. And the 440 scale, if you take a look at it, it essentially does that. And then what this is doing is the 528 scale, it's completing something that will ultimately shift from beginning at C. You're looking at it starting with 528 and working your way into the opposite side of the spectrum, which is 741, that relates back to the 440, which is the F sharp.
Okay, now I'm sure we've lost a lot of people. Let's try to make it real simple. Okay, what is the impact of using A440 as the standard tuning in music instead of 528, which has been determined to be love? Michael, what do you think?
My theory is that based upon the numbers and the way that the numbers work out and how this could ultimately shift, you could begin when one of the teachings that is that when you tune the body, you start with C and you work your way up. So my particular knowledge in utilizing specific frequencies to meditate with is that indeed is the case. When you use 528 at C, and you work your way up, you actually realign the body in the perfect circle of sound, or utilizing it in a way that will create a complete harmony with your intuitive mind, which is your B, A-B, floating out of the head, your seventh chakra, your intuition, and your in spirit, your intuitive sense guides you to make a choice about how you feel, about who you are, so that you can be present to the first and second physical worlds around you. And this is really amazing when you look at starting with the perfect circle of sound and ending up in a place that not only resonates from the heart, but it removes any dissonance or disconnection from that which we are naturally connected to, which is heart, which is love, which is God.
And intuition and greater spiritual
Absolutely.
connection and more synchronicity and divine creativity that flows through us literally as a Holy Spirit-filled temple that is supposed to be vibing with the rest of nature, being in balance with nature, being in harmony, not stress, not dissonance, not disease, but literally in love, tuned up to that core creative frequency.